I'm Dave Sulcer of BMC Software. Welcome back to our video series on developing for Innovation Suite. In the last video, we created a Maven project and deployed it initially to our system. In this video, we'll take that project, we'll add some code to it, both Java and JavaScript, recompile it, and deploy it to Innovation Suite. Now, for this video, we're not actually going to write code line by line, but I will bring in some sample code from this project. You can get the same sample code and follow along yourself. This code was written as part of the tutorial series and has examples of Java and JavaScript code suitable for Innovation Suite. You can see that I'm downloading this from the documentation page, unzipping it, and I'm going to copy the source tree right over the project that I created with the archetype last time. Note that this only works because we created it with exactly this same group ID and artifact ID. I'm going to temporarily just put it in a sample folder, unzip it, and that way I can just grab exactly what I need from that project. I'll go into the samples bundle source folder, copy that, and paste it right on top of my bundle in the archetype generated code. So this is really simulating writing a bunch of code. Now when I refresh my Eclipse project, I should see the code that I copied into my project. You can see there's quite a bit of code there. This is that bundle class. Note that significant things have been added. New packages have been added and imports, and different services are registered to the Java code. As you can see, the Java code now includes several packages, following our best practice for packaging of Java code, showing typical types of extensions used by Innovation Suite, fully described in the tutorial. Also of interest, in the source folder under Web App, you'll find a sample custom JavaScript code in the form of a view component. It's a very simple one, and all it does is echo a label into a view. It starts out with an HTML template and then the AngularJS code to generate the content for that template at runtime. The config here is where the properties of the view component are declared so that it can be used in the View Designer and Innovation Suite. The directive here is for actually rendering it at runtime in an application. And all it does is take the label out of the config and it sets it to the scope that's used in the Angular template. It must be declared in its own Angular module, and that module must be published here in this file in order for the framework to pick up your view component and render it and deploy the code properly. Okay, we have some code now, but we need to rebuild and redeploy it in order to run it with Innovation Suite. So we can use the Maven clean install -p deploy command again, but note that we also add the -p export profile. And this is really important after the first time to make sure that any definitions created using Innovation Studio are captured at the same time you're redeploying code. Otherwise, you could be overwriting definitions from your project back to Innovation Suite. So after the first time, it's almost always a good idea to use -p export, -p deploy to avoid losing any definition changes. It shows as successful, so it looks like our code was deployed. Try this yourself. Create some code in your project that you created from the archetype, either original code, or if you can get sample code from somewhere, just make sure that the namespace actually matches. And then you can deploy it to Innovation Suite, as we just did. Stay tuned for the next video. We'll actually use this code that we pushed into Innovation Studio in our project. As always, find out more from developers.bmc.com, and thanks for watching.